Hey there, cats and kittens. This week's movie review is Scream 4, a Dimension film. It's directed by Wes Craven and it's written by Kevin Williamson. It stars Neve Campbell as Sydney Prescott, David Arquette as Sheriff Dewey Riley, and Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers Riley. The basic plot is this. Sydney Prescott, the main character of the film, has returned to her native Woodsboro to promote her new book, which chronicles her moving past the tragic killings which were the focus of the first three films. Unfortunately, the town itself doesn't seem to want to let her move on, as there's kind of a ghoulish remembrance of the killings, and there is a killer who is following the motif of the original killer, Ghostface. Also, the tragic killings have been serialized into a series of horror films called the Stab series in this reality. Now, so the new Ghostface killer is following some of the patterns of the original film while giving it a new twist via social media. Now, the killer seems to be focusing on wanting to make Sydney suffer, and so it's going after her younger cousin Jill and her friends. So the film is basically Sydney, now Sheriff Dewey Riley, his wife, Gale Weathers Riley, who is suffering writer's block and sees these unfortunate events as a way to kind of reestablish her writing career, working together to try to solve the mystery of who is the killer and preventing him from doing any more killing. But Sydney basically needs to protect her cousin Jill. Now, this film is a lot of fun. The dialogue, especially the dialogue given to Gale Weathers, is fantastic and funny and witty and sharp and caustic. And also, all the performances are great. And I really liked how they established Sydney as a survivor and someone who can now protect herself, because logically that's what would have to happen. Gale Weathers is still her normal caustic self, and it's funny because even now Dewey is much more self-confident, but there's still little bits of comedic doubt in there which work very well. But it's great because these characters now have a history and a chemistry together, and so they work together very well, and it's really fun to see their on-screen chemistry. This film has a great plot, and I like the fact that you are given enough information to come to logical conclusions as to who the killer or killers may be, and yet there are red herrings, so it's not something that's obvious. And when you do get the payoff as to who the killer or killers are, you think, ah, very nice. There are nice tributes, homages to other slasher films, other horror films, which I thought were very nice. And it's clearly he's respectful of other horror films, and I like that bit quite a lot. I want to take a moment and focus on some of the new characters. For example, Emma Roberts as Jill Roberts, Sydney's younger cousin, is great. She has a very nice on-screen presence, and I've liked her for a long time. One of my favorite films of the past decade was Nancy Drew, where she was a lead character, and she was just adorable in it, and just very, she just has that wonderful combination of youthful innocence, savvy, and nice on-screen presence. So, as someone who was kind of going what Sydney went through in the first film, it was kind of nice, and it kind of gave you a nice kind of like little character anchor. Also, I wanted to focus on Hayden Panettiere as Kirby. Now, I'm a big Heroes fan, but I was always worried for a long time that Hayden Panettiere was going to be kind of typecast. And as Kirby, she plays a very funny, charming, slightly sarcastic, but not overly so, best friend to Jill. And she just carries her scenes very well. And you really, when she's in danger, you really empathize. Oh no, how is she going to get herself out of it? And she really makes you care about her character. So I'm just really relieved for Hayden, and she has a great look in it. She looks super cute. And I'm really looking forward to other films that Hayden does. Eric Knudsen and Rory Culkin, as two kind of film and new social media geeks, are also funny, and they provide a lot of nice lighthearted moments. And so yeah, they were good as well. Lastly, I wanted to focus on Marley Shelton, who plays Deputy Judy Hicks. She is a contemporary and went to high school with Sydney Prescott, but she also has kind of a crush on Sheriff Dewey Riley, and so she kind of has like a puppy dog mentality about her. And so yeah, she is endearing, she's cute, she has a nice on-screen presence, and it's kind of funny because she's kind of like at this very eager, ambitious place where Dewey used to be. But, you know, and it's always fun to see those characters, you know, come into their own right and kind of grow to become heroes. And so she becomes a hero in the film. Should you go see this film? Yes. It's fun. It's scary. And like I said, thankfully, there are some bloody scenes, but it's not overwhelming. And so you're going to have a good time. And just by virtue of, oh, by the way, I should mention the music as well. So I do plan on buying the soundtrack. The music is a lot of fun, and it's nice to listen to in the film. So that's a lot of fun too. So I think you're going to have a great time with it, and I could definitely recommend seeing it at the movie theater. So go see it at the theaters, and later, I think I plan to buy it. If you want to see it again on DVD, yes, or on Netflix, yeah, you'll have a great time. It's a fun, scary movie that's really well done and really well written. You'll have a great time, and I can recommend it. Alright guys, I think that's all for now. So you have a great day, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Bye.